Just going back to fun in rallying then. You're not known as the best trainer, is that fair? Is that fair to say?
The best trainer? I mean, again, I think that's one of the problems of being a fairly naturally talented person. Whereas, Carlos, I worked like hell with the car and with his training. I mean, I did my bit for sure, but it certainly wasn't to full athletic level.
I'm told you used to sneak chocolate biscuits around the back of the motorhome and stuff like that. Is that right?
Yeah, you always need a bit of sugar.
Yeah. I think you also like a beer every now and then. You like to relax as well. And one or two of the other guys as well. What about Luis Moya? He was a bit of a good lad. We're talking Carlos as co-driver now. Didn't you have one particularly good night out in was it Greece? Was it Luis you were with when you did that? Had that bit of fun on the railway line?
It was, yes, yeah.
Perhaps you could talk us through that.
Yeah, we were sort of out and about for dinner and having a bit of a carry-on round town, and it was in Greece and going back to I can't remember the name of the hotel. Anyway, we had to sort of take a long route round the peninsula back to the hotel, or I did notice that right at the hotel there was a railway crossing, and there was a railway crossing in town where we were, so we sort of looked at each other and thought, well, if we turn right onto here, I reckon that's going to go back to the hotel. So we drove along the railway line towards the hotel, which worked out perfectly well.
Well, luckily it did. Did it never occur to you that a train might be coming the other way?
Well, Luce did actually mention that. Being a navigator and slightly more brains than the driver, he thought about that. But he was still sat there when I did it, so there's always that question mark.
Who were the other good guys for a good night out?
And you need to be very careful with questions like that, because you can drop people in the shit very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think Tommy was always a good guy. Always enjoyed spending time with Tommy. I remember in Finland once, and this is typical Tommy, let's go and do some enduro riding before the rally. So I thought, okay, one night during the recce, on a Wednesday night or whatever, we'd go to Tommy's place and he's got some mates there, and we set off. And we set off at probably 110%. It's not like let's build it up gently. And I knew finally he was just trying to ruin me before the start of the rally. So I managed to stick with him, which was to his surprise. So after about 2 hours of solid riding, we stopped at this wee place. He says, right, okay, we'll have a wee drink before we do the last hour on the way home. I said, fine, no problem. So we go into this cafe and they all order beers. And I'm thinking, beers? That was like a big jug of water would do me. But the pressure was on, so now everybody had to drink a beer. So we're already lightheaded from the exercise, but there's then back on the bike and then back home. And I actually felt a bit more comfortable on the way home after a pint of beer.